indicates to me fairly clearly that the Democratic Labour Party and its candidate has not resonated with the people of St. James North. I am not a mathematician, but I believe that the returns that we're seeing is suggesting that there is a swing in favor of government as opposed to government, as opposed to against government, and that swing probably could be in the vicinity of 3 to 4%. The question obviously is going to be asked why, because against all the noise and the criticisms and the grievances that we heard from the Democratic Labour Party with regard to the policies of the government, one would have expected that if this was a substantive set of criticism, that people would be engaging with the opposition. I think that this is bearing out another issue, and that is that the grievance politics of the Democratic Labour Party today is not working for Barbadians. You cannot just come and complain about every single thing. You cannot, without any shred of evidence, condemn a whole cabinet and the Prime Minister of the country continually every night for being corrupt, for being an oppressive government. These are things that require some substantive evidence. There's been no engagement on matters which are very, very important to the future of Barbados. So the Democratic Labour Party's platform has been utterly silent on the future of the energy sector. How do we make renewable energy work more effectively to ensure that the cost of living in this country comes down? But in the absence of that, they say, oh, the cost of living is high, as though that is the be-all and end-all of it, when the cost of living is an issue in the United States itself. It's an issue in Canada, in Canada's past election. It was an issue in Trinidad, and all around the world. They do not make any contact with the critical issue of climate change. How climate, for example, is now impacting on the agricultural sector. And that is a major concern for countries all around the planet. But this Democratic Labour Party, I don't think, has had one single speaker who's uttered the word climate change, except to rubbish it as an issue, as they have rubbished resilience, as they have rubbished sustainability. But again, I ask the question, how do we live in this new environment where the climate is changing if we don't try to be as sustainable as possible? And is everybody else now also speaking the language of sustainability?
You spoke about what the Democratic Labour Party did wrong. What do you think about this Party did right now?
I think that we are exactly that. I think that the appearance of success in this campaign, this election so far, is that we are saying to the people in a very serious way the things that are concerning them and talking to them about issues that they are trying to grapple with and helping them to understand where solutions can be found. And we have never shied away from this. So that every month we do, for example, a Parish Speaks or have an Ideas Forum where we're inviting Barbadians to sit and talk with us. And we have a Prime Minister without a filter speaking to you about the issues that are affecting you and trying to get you to understand that, yes, water resource management in Barbados is critical, for example, in this constituency and across the north of the island. But guess what? It is also linked to the cost of the amount of debt that the country has and the borrowing that we must do. And that is part of the reason why the Prime Minister must constantly be engaging with the wider world. Because for every kilometer of new mains that we must put down, we got to look for $2.5 million. And therefore, if you had to do 1,500 kilometers of mains, you're looking at billions of dollars. Where does this money come from? But if we don't replace the mains, then we can't provide water to the people of Barbados because we're losing 25 to 30% of the water that the Water Authority produces every single day in rusty mains. These are issues that we've talked through with this country. But again, we have an opposition that is failing to make contact.